up? It's Raven Builders channel. We're still working on these Eva-Last booths for IBS. Check us out this week. We're going to be working on a couple additional components. We're doing some inlays. We got a lot of stuff going on, some VistaClad, custom bar tops. Stick with us. We're going to put some decking down on this unit because it's all set up. So we're going to get decking roughed in here and then make all our perimeter cuts, and then we can take that out of here and stack. This is the most cut up, biggest portion, so it'd be nice to get this one done and out of the way. We got everything. We have all our decking, we have all our cladding, we have pergola stock, we have fencing, lighting's on the way, so now we're in a position that we can start building to finish each unit and stocking them away, getting them ready for shipment. All right, we're laying out for a double picture frame. Good Lord. Tell you what, they know how to pack a bundle. And you see that? They put protectors where the forks go on the bottom and the face. Yeah. This is going to be what we're going to call our important corner. The rest of them will fall where they fall. So we're using a camo wedge clip. These actually really do work great for this booth application because it's a pretty short screw. So they got plenty of thread on them, even if we're just, as we are right now, just putting them in the plywood. There's your camo wedge clip. Just one hand, hold it by the screw. Just at an angle, insert the tong in, and just stand it up. Done. When you're working with clips like this and you're compressing a large section, the most important is your first board. But you also want to keep an eye. These boards are really straight. They're fiberglass. They come on that nice brand new lift, so they're like perfectly straight. So I can just, a little toe in this thing and it's like perfect. But sometimes if all your boards have a hook, it helps to turn around every other board so you don't develop that natural curvature either like in or out. Because when you have a board that has a hook like this and then you mount a board that has a hook like this and you jam it in, it applies pressure to the right edges to like straighten it out. So sometimes even every few boards, if you turn one around, it helps when you're applying the lever over a joist like on a typical deck to get everything straightened out. But honestly, I'm an eyeball guy. Once we get going, I never usually snap lines in the field. If it looks right, it is right. I like to just, we lay 6 or 8 boards and clamp it, and I like to just look down it, get down low, look down, and you can see if it's straight or not. Laying in bed last night, I can't sleep, everything's going on. It's fishing season in my head, it's trade show booth in my head, it's partnerships in my head, but really what then came in and took up all the space was the fact that I'm gonna turn, in 10 years, I'll be turning 50. Bro.
I'm gonna lose sleep for you now.
That's crazy. Buy that boat, take that trip. Get the big steak, you know? Get the tomahawk. One thing you want to watch out, specifically when you're running angle decking, is I could put as much pressure as I want on this end of the board because it has all these runs of decking behind it and screws and clips. But if I put too much pressure on this end, it's like a disappearing support here, right? So here, there's really nothing behind it. So I could push this out if I push on it too hard. You need to let the end of that somewhat float or sight it straight before you fasten that, because if you push on that too hard, it will curl it in because there's not a bunch of courses of boards behind it to hold it straight. I'm gonna put a new bit in this because somebody absolutely smoked this bit and just left it in here, which is like, who would leave this bit in this thing? Look at it.
Worse than I thought.
Whoever did that, I know you're gonna watch this episode. You're a jerk. All right, which brings us to our next point. Easy, we got our bit here, pull the collar, drop a bit in. This guy goes right back on that, line that up, and give her a twist. Back in business. This thing saves you time. Time is money. It's more efficient, but it also saves your back, and you only get one of those. a track saw because I can't cut straight, you know? All these more experienced guys on the internet, they wouldn't need this. They would cut it by hand because they're a real man. Clown town. So we're doing a double picture frame here. What I'm gonna do is just a contemporary basket weave corner for the first board, and then the second board we will miter, the outer board. I don't like the double miter in the corner. I don't love it. Doing miters, treads, picture frame, you always want to start with one of your miters cut and then pull off this long point and then just mark the long point on the other side. No speed square needed, no lines drawn, just a mark. And then I just come in, there's my mark. I want to really transfer that to the very outside of that edge. I'm going to cut it a little strong because there's a round over on it, so I'll make one little cut and then I'll adjust it in.
How you look?
Waterfall will have to go over another fascia. We're still in the cafe. We got a bunch of new materials, so we're gonna start working on some cladding. We also have these pergola kits. It's called Ultraspan. It's a composite capped aluminum extrusion. It's really cool. Fun fact is this Ultraspan can span 40 feet with the 2x6 under its own weight, not with load. With 0.000 something deflection. So what that means is it can go really far and it won't sag at all.
Yeah, I don't like to brag, but this is probably the biggest box of the booth. So I'm gonna do this myself so I know it's done right. It's a big 16 by 16 and it's just gonna help us with the pergola stock, give us something to mount to. So they're gonna let the good guy build it, because obviously due to its size, these builders don't have the experience like me, so we're gonna get this done.
So we have another booth that butts into this, and we have that cool quad breaker that turns into French knots, and it comes up and it's gonna waterfall over this step and into this other booth. So this is, we've taken all of our dimensions and figured this out because we don't have the room to put both these booths in here. We got to make a really, really careful measurement, accurate layout for this because we're about to cut a big strip out of this deck. And when we put these together in Vegas, we need these two to align so this breaker can go up and through. Because this is a one-shot deal here. We make this cut and it doesn't fit. When we're on site out there, we won't be able to fix it. And we miter this one, we miter this one. We miter this one, right? Yeah. And when we get here,
What do we get there?
we turn it, or we fold it.
Yeah, we fold it. Oh, obviously
We
fold it.
fold it. Boom, boom, boom. Doing a miter folded miter. So we've cut our 45. We're gonna send it into the jig as we normally would for a fold. I'm gonna line up my short end with the center of that jig. All right? And what that's gonna do is put this fold so the outside of my folded edge is the outside of our corner. Right? Yep. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe take. All right, so we're continuing with this inlay. We brought this from the other booth into this booth. Now, we had an idea. We were originally gonna turn it and go into that other booth. We had an idea. So now we're gonna bring it up the wall. We're gonna separate it into 4 stripes. and then we're gonna go around the corner. So we're doing a folded miter that runs back into the inlay, turns, and then goes into the other booth. So I mean, this is just, it's getting a little out of hand, and I absolutely love it. Pretty wild. All right, so we got this inlay done yesterday. Looking pretty sick, but I hate it. We're gonna take it apart. I don't like, and especially when I'm looking at a photo of it, I don't like that these boards draw too much away from the pattern. Originally, I really liked when it had a black background, but we couldn't use the existing background because it's just like rough plywood painted black. So I'm gonna try pulling these filler boards out and replacing them with this board, this color. We're gonna see how that looks. Hopefully to be able to let the guys, can you give me 2 seconds right now? We're filming an intro. These guys, we just want to let that pattern show, and we don't want to draw the eye away from it. And for me, if you stand back here and look this way, this Ipe board is a killer, because that's all I see when I look at that. Matt, can you grab me a can of Fortune, please? What do you think, we make a custom board? You could charge for that, you know? I want to get rid of some of this. Those ear ends. Yeah. So. Flip it, put your Craigs in it, glue the next edge. Pin it, clamp it, let it set up, flip it, put your screws in it. That's it, do it 4 times. It's bar top, we're gluing up the bar top. Brandon already forgot what we're doing, so I had to tell him, camera guy, we're gluing up a bar top. We're taking deck boards, we're cutting them, and we're gluing them together. And then we're gonna fold the edge and cut the edge off.
Stand on some boards, trying to get the
team
glue.
building exercise.
You know, if you really wanted to do like a clean glue up, you would be using a shaper to get really, really clean edges, and then probably doing a more, you know, like a clamp table, and you know, really getting it very flat and drawing it together with clamps. We're also using accelerator, like the Instant Bond spray. So this is a smash bang deck and glue up for a countertop. We're really not.
Yeah.
We're not trying to move in on the fine woodworkers here.
Cabinet builders?
Yeah.
We don't even have a pipe.
Yeah, we're standing on it.
Yeah.
Will you drink martini?
chip strip on it that keeps the material nice clean cut, but it only works from one side. So we're gonna take this, just flush that up like that, just flush that up and clamp it. Just get a piece of decking. It'll just be an inch off the wall, but she'll do. She'll do. She'll do. Yeah. We don't have slat wall. We have the E-Pay for the back wall. We should get that going. We can get that back wall cladded. Getting our groove on. We got some starter board. We're gonna make our lives easier by adding some clips. So we're gonna put a groove in the side of that starter board. We're gonna take this guy here and use it as a pattern to align this. Back on it today. It's Thursday. Chaz is running the team. Chaz, what are we doing today?
Cafe set up. Get a good layout there so we can start decking. Just got a few outside walls. We're gonna do some cladding on.
So we're gonna throw the cabinets in. Yeah. We're gonna make another countertop. We decided we had some prefab countertop, but we made this for the bar top yesterday. We said, you know what? These should match. Let's make another one with that Pioneer barrel oak for this kitchen. And we'll be able to do it without a seam because these prefab countertops only come 8 feet. So this would be nice. We'll be able to make, you know, our 11-foot countertop for this kitchen area for the cafe. Stick with us. Let's go. It's going to be nice having a kitchen piece here because it's always an issue with storage at these shows where everybody's trying to hide all their stuff, all the samples, all the randoms that end up from the team, from the brand. It's gonna be really nice to have like space, these drawer bases and base cabinets. Looks like a kitchen now. Yeah, so we're gonna start cladding on this outside wall. We're just kind of doing a layout here and we're gonna lay some pieces vertical and then we're gonna cut it at a diagonal and then we're gonna lay some different pieces diagonal, cut all the edges off, and then we can strip it, pack it up, and send it. This is the apex line of cladding. So it has the same cap as the decking. This is a charred cedar. This is the Himalayan cedar right here. So these do match the decking, but it's an extruded cladding that has a tongue and groove, which makes it really easy to install. And it can also go on a horizontal and won't require a rain screen because it'll actually be a watertight tongue and groove. All right, that's it for this week. Chaz and I are heading out to Houston to go visit Decks and Docks. You're gonna see Matt and Zach next week are still gonna be working on these booths, getting everything wrapped up. We got all our material here, so kitchen's going in, cladding's going up. We got a lot of stuff going on. Then we're gonna move on to all of our lighting prep. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, click that bell. Let's get it.